Hey everyone, it's Sharon coming at you from Beach Therapy Counseling Services. Happy Friday. I hope you guys all had an amazing week. So, as usual, if you like what you hear and you feel like it's of value to those that you care about, go ahead and share it on your social media and subscribe at the end of this. You'll see a spot where you can subscribe. Go ahead and do that and then enable your notifications once you're subscribed so that way you know when I download new content. So I had a whole topic that I wanted to talk to you beautiful people about today, and I was super excited about it, but I've had my own like life epiphany. And so I'm going to put that one on the back burner and we will save it for another day. And I'm going to talk about kind of an impromptu topic today. So bear with me a little bit. The topic is going to be on emotional abuse. And I've chosen this topic because I had my own like aha moment. We've all had those, right? Where you're like, oh my gosh, this is kind of a big deal. And I was so excited about my aha moment that I was even letting coworkers know, like, hey, I'm going to go home and talk about my aha moment. I'm really kind of excited about it. So, there's nothing to be excited about as far as emotional abuse. I think to some degree we have all endured some emotional abuse in our lives. And maybe we've even been the perpetrator of emotional abuse. But there's a learning lesson in everything we do, I believe. And I believe that the emotional abuse lesson to be learned is let your voice be heard. If you feel like somebody is abusing you emotionally, either intentionally or not intentionally, the most amazing therapeutic thing you can do for yourself is give yourself a voice. And I do think we need to do that when we're calm or when we're feeling at least somewhat even, which is hard to do sometimes when you feel like you're picked on and abused. But to do it in as calm a manner as you can, while still asserting yourself, is going to be the most effective because then the other person is hearing you. A lot of times we allow the emotional abuse to continue to happen and then we start to feel it, right? So the one that's being abused, we start to feel it. We start to feel anxious. We start to feel upset. We start to feel all of these negative reactions, right? So I recently was feeling it and I was feeling it in here, but I didn't know what it was. I just knew there was a discontent and an unhappiness here, and I couldn't pinpoint why. And then I had like my aha moment, and it's, oh, I'm being mistreated. And instead of voicing my truth, for whatever reason I didn't, it sat here. So I feel like when we let it sit here, we're allowing that person or those people more power by that's an adverse reaction, right? Because it's sitting here because you're not actually getting it out. You're not actually voicing your truth. You're not voicing your opinion. You're not voicing how you feel about something. So if you're feeling it in here, it means it wants to come out and it's not going to leave this area or whatever area it's sitting in for you until you actually give it a voice. And that can be a really hard and intimidating thing to do. But like I said, I had my aha moment. I voiced my truth, and I've never felt so liberated before. I've never felt so like this just went away. And it got me thinking, because even as a counselor, obviously we have our own struggles, and I didn't realize that that was something that I was struggling with as badly as I was, as far as not voicing my opinion. I knew the emotional abuse was going on, but I didn't realize that it was affecting me in such a negative way. Other than, while it's happening, of course, you're unhappy. You don't like what you're hearing or what you're being put through or how you're being treated. That never feels good. But I always felt like I could leave that at the door and, it won't follow me. But that wasn't exactly true. And I figured out that it wasn't true after I actually spoke my truth and it went away. Like that little feeling I had just went away. And I'm like, I didn't even know it was connected to that. So I encourage you, if there is someone or more multiple people in your life that you feel aren't treating you the way you deserve to be treated with respect, they abuse you emotionally, they make you feel less than, speak your truth. Don't do it in anger. Do it in a way that you're going to convey your message. Because if you do it in anger, what's going to happen is your message is going to be, well, this person is out of control. And then the focus is not on what that person's doing wrong anymore. It's on your reaction, if that makes sense. And you don't want the focus to be on your reaction because what you want is the change in their behavior. And the only way you're going to help somebody change their behavior is by addressing it in a mature way. And, that doesn't mean we can't be heated a little bit or feel a little upset about it and a little tense about it, because of course there's going to be some emotion about it. But if you go into a total tirade, that only takes the focus off of what's really the problem, and it puts the focus back on you. And even if that person or people can't acknowledge their wrongdoing or their abuse to your face, you're going to feel so much better for having said it, because you are value. You have value in you. You have things that are beautiful and wonderful about you, and you're letting those things get pushed down when you're allowing somebody to emotionally abuse you. And I promise you, if you say it in a way that's respectful but very firm, whether that person admits to your face that they know exactly what they've been doing or they acknowledge anything to your face, they're going to go home and they're going to have something to think about. And there is value there too. So whether or not you see the work in progress in them or not, there's going to be something happening there for them. And more importantly, there's going to be healing for you. And it also allows you to portray to that person or people that you're no longer going to accept being treated this way. And by allowing somebody to continue to emotionally abuse you, that's giving that person the message that they have the power to do that. So this is also a way of taking back that power and saying, hey, this is what I'm recognizing. I know I've let it go on for a while, but you need to work on this. I need to be treated better. I'm not going to tolerate this anymore. And they're going to have to accept that, because you're not going to tolerate it. And then you need to decide for yourself what the repercussions are if it continues. So I want to empower you guys, because I think to some level everybody has had emotional abuse in their lives. And like I said, you could be the person that has been the perpetrator. But trust me when I say, just speaking your truth is going to be healing for you. Allow the words to come out of your mouth. Allow yourself to say it so you can close the door there, and then you won't feel that anxiety or whatever that negative emotion inside of you is that you start to feel just kind of poofs up into the air. And I encourage you all to speak your truth always, because that's always what I preach. But in this particular area, it is extremely important. So I hope this was encouraging to those of you who are just feeling kind of defeated with one or more particular people in your lives. Just know that you are worthy of a voice, and I want you to speak it. So you guys know how to reach me if you ever need me, mybeachstherapy.net. You guys have a great weekend.